Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another video. Yes, another one today. I bet you're sick to death of this inside to me today. Never mind, don't watch too much of me. Just spread me out so you don't have to see too much of me. Right, like I say, another video. It's not a beer review, it's a cider review. We're doing a cider review, and the one we are looking at, I believe actually, is Heineken owned. So possibly one day on the blade, who knows. So yeah, the cider we are looking at is Old Mout cider. I believe that is how you pronounce it, not Old Mout cider. I believe it's Old Mout, but if I'm wrong, let me know. Established in Nelson, New Zealand. Interesting. And we are taking a look at their pineapple and raspberry cider. So there's your typical Old Mout cider label. We've got an Old Mout cider bottle cap there. 500ml, and this is coming in at 4%, like it seems every other cider is 4% nowadays, it seems to be. Now, I had no intention of picking this up. I'll tell you a little story. You're going to be bored with this. I went into me One Stop. I thought I'll go and pick up a bottle of Red Stripe so I can do a comparison. $5.50 in my pocket. That's all I had in my pocket, $5.50. So I went over to the shop, got there, no bottles, no single bottles. I only really wanted to buy one. But I did notice they had cans, and I was like, oh, I don't really want to buy 4 cans, you know what I mean, of the same one. I only want one just to do the comparison, like, innit? So just before, as I was walking out, I saw these on a shelf, 3 for $5.50. They had the pineapple and raspberry one and the cherries and berries one. But 3 for $5.50, and if you bought 3, guess what? You got a free Old Mout cider glass. Something to do with the WWF there, and that's the animal thing, not the wrestling. So yeah, I couldn't help myself. I ended up picking up 3 just to get the glass. And funny enough, I went back over there about half hour later and still bought the 4 cans of bloody Red Stripe. Hey, that's bad for you. Anyway, let's stop waffling. Let's get this cracked open, get it into a glass, and see what we get. I've got some brownie points actually as well, because my missus likes the cherries and berries. So I just said, look, I've got you one of these, babe. You like it. I'll have one each for the review, and then you can have the spare one. Now, what I didn't think until I started pouring this was there's this bloody great big green thing going around the glass. So you're not going to see an awful lot of it. So I'm going to have to just hold it up and show you anyway. There we go. I'm going to say that looks sort of, I mean, pineapple and raspberry, yeah. The light's not doing it any sort of justice. It's got a little, it's a very, 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 very pale sort of pinky, yellowy, orange kind of look about it. Lots of bubbles going up. I don't know if it's a nucleated glass. There's no head on it. Typical sort of cider, really. So let's dive in with the nose and see what we get. I don't know why I'm swirling it. Oh yeah. Really well. You really get the pineapple, and I'd say you do get that apple on the nose. Raspberry is subtle. That's more of a background sort of aroma. Does smell a bit sweet, but I wouldn't say it smells over sweet, but I suppose we'll soon find out. But yeah, I mean, it smells refreshing. It's making me salivate a bit. Let's dive in. Old Mout cider, Old Mout, pineapple and raspberry. Cheers. Okay, I think this is going to be one of them, flavour wise, is going to be down to personal taste. Does have a little bit of weight to it. It doesn't have a wateryness in the mouth, this. It's very busy on carbonation. Very busy, quite rough in the mouth. Certainly not smooth. Definitely filling me up with gas already. Taste wise, you get the apple in this, which is what you want in it. If you're having a cider, you've got to be getting the apple. You get the pineapple. It's kind of mostly apple, and then pineapple, which is, it's not as predominant as the apple, and then really the raspberry's just sort of like a little bit of a backdraft of raspberry. Backdraft of raspberry. What a word to pick. Yeah, you just get a little bit of backdraft of raspberry there. 4%. Yeah, there's no inkling of it. It is sweet, but it's not over sickly sweet, I would say. If you like a dry cider, if you're more of a dry cider drinker, you might find this a little bit too sweet. But I actually think this one doesn't feel too sweet. Certainly not like the Copperberg Strawberry and Lime, for example. This is a little bit more toned down, but it is still sweet, and it still might not be to everyone's taste, excuse me. The flavour for me, pineapple and raspberry, doesn't quite do it for me. I think I'm probably going to prefer the cherries and berries one. But like I say, that sort of thing is going to be down to what you like personally. It's drinkable, it's crushable, it goes down easy. Again, a cider, it's a hot day kind of drink. It's about 9:30 and I'm doing this, and it's grey outside, so it's not ideal. But yeah, I mean, it's all right. You know, it's not the sort of cider I would go out and pick up and constantly drink myself, but it certainly does what it's trying to do. And it's probably, I guess, one of the better sort of flavoured ciders that I've had. So yeah, Old Mout cider, or mout, pineapple and raspberry. If you're a cider drinker, give it a go. If you don't mind a bit of sweetness and not too much sweetness, it might be up your street. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.